Just an ordinary day walking in the sewers when suddenly... The scum's always green. What? What is this? I have a rat taxi. Sweet. I've never seen this before. Okay, so we are moving on to the next mission, which is to pay a visit to Dr. Grout. And, yeah, we're gonna take care of that. Dr. Grout is the Malkavian Primogen. Oh, what's this going on? Nines? What are you doing here?
You? What are you doing here?
I asked you first. Just open around this hood. No? What do you mean?
You should get out of here. This place is bad news. Pardon me.
Sketchy business. Give me a moment, folks. Alright, so normally I'd take notes for any missions I do in this game, but for this one I didn't really have many. This is actually a mission I quite like, even though it is pretty creepy. Let's take a look at the street. So Grout is kind of isolated, it looks like. Makes sense. He's a very reclusive sort, as we will find out. But he's got a interesting story, and I really like it, even though this whole mission was initially one of the creepier ones for me, but it's pretty cool. Hey, we got a rat. You're not a taxi rat. It's not got as many enemies as a lot of other missions, but it's got a small number of puzzles as well, so it is not straightforward. But he's Dr. Grout is an interesting character, and these are some creepy ass people. What his deal is I think he was a psychiatrist, or he was in charge of a mental hospital. And what we got around here are his patients, I think. And they are pretty disturbing. A lot of them are just kind of chilling. They won't do anything unless you get near them. But other ones are waiting in some pretty nasty ambushes. He's got these like tape recorders strewn about that tell his story, and we really want to look for those because it's quite interesting. Right, so there's that fool just kind of strolling about. Oh jeez, he's gonna see me. So it's just a bit strange. Oh, you don't want to bump into him. Alright, I vote we take the knife. Try to take this one out first. We might have to actually take that guy in melee. Oh, he's clueless. Maybe not. Do not like these guys. Can I... Alright, fuck it. Oh my goodness, that hurt. Scheiße. Oh my goodness, where'd you come from? Yipe! Use that first. This next. Oh my goodness, I'm getting stun locked. Christ! These guys are nasty. Oh, they got me cornered. I'm dead. Yo! Not that. This. So I learned something about block just reading one of the loading screens. It actually... The amount of damage you absorb with block depends on your dexterity. Man, that was nasty. I just wanted to apologize for how long it's actually been without any regular uploads. Initially, I was going strong, but ran into some real-life issues. just a lot of work that I had to do, so this cannot actually be picked. So I haven't really been recording anything as much. Well, he's terribly amused by that. So that's your hint of a puzzle going on here. One that I never quite figured out. I just kind of pulled switches until something worked. I'm actually going to try and feed on this fool. There we go. I needed that. So when I said these were his patients, that's actually not really what I meant. They're more subjects. Possibly they were former patients that he learned were vampires, so he just kind of messed with them. So we gotta figure out something to get all these lights to turn on at once. I turned off that one. I turned on that one. Oh, I just realized a symbol on these. I turn them all off. Maybe one of these notes tells us. Perception at once shapes the mind and rules over time. Time, however, erodes human perception and turns and in turn warps the mind. The mind is capricious, having various effects on perception, time, and the mind itself. With harmony, progress is made. Well, the mind has effects on perception and time, so maybe... Whoops. This is kind of tricky. It's obviously a clue that I'm just a bit too dim to figure out. Ha, get it. Dim, because it's lights. There we go. So once again, did not really know what I was doing, but I pulled switches until it worked. Alright, what do we have here? Occult power-up, another one. Perhaps you should finish eating the soul donut. So with these, I think you need a high research skill to actually figure out what they do, and they don't have any effect until you have that. What about research? There we go. I want that. I have a book I can't read yet either. Don't I? Yeah. So we'll try to save up for that. Alright, here's one of the doohickeys. I don't know if these things have subtitles, so I'm gonna try and be quiet.
Another unfortunate casualty to tide of time, insane asylums. I lament their loss not only as brokerage houses for the breadth and depth of human psychoses, but also I shall mourn the disappearance of that peculiar environment present only in an insane asylum. That palpable atmosphere of blistered brains and churning bowels, the odoriferous melange of freely flowing bodily humors, that gently rolling cacophony of distant sobs and screams, the muttered cursing at perceived enemies, and the blissful gurgling of the lobotomized, like a newborn babe discovering the sky. I shall still find test subjects as surely as I find bloody sustenance in the night, but this climate, I fear, may never be replicated.
So I don't know if that's the first one. Let's try to find another one. I don't know why, but that startled the hell out of me. I believe... here it is.
It is quite peculiar, the happenings I've been made to witness for my supernatural longevity. I am thinking of one unfortunate phenomenon in particular, of unique interest to my station, both as a professional and as a sufferer of this vampiric condition. It seems the stream of time has begun to erode the moorings of my chosen course of study, for the methodologies that gave birth to psychology are slowly disappearing. I find myself in an era that overlooks the physical component of psychological pathology time and again in favor of the sophistic practices of Freud. Phrenology, dactopintilism, and the rest of the old guard has fallen by the wayside, its champions all silenced in death, with my unique exception. Would that I could make my voice heard again, although it may be suspicious should I return to popular medical discourse 50 years after my apparent death. No, better that I continue my studies into the psychoses in secret. One day, may I hold up my own cure as validation of the methods. I am confident no cure for my condition, or that of my beloved wife, lies within our figurative minds, waiting to be unlocked by the correct combination of memories recovered from our childhoods. And I'm most certain it has nothing to do with the relationship between myself, my parents, and my genitals. Sorry, Sigmund, but I choose to stay my course. In time, too, may your star fade and disappear.
So yeah, that's him talking about being a psychologist, which is very, very interesting. He seems to think that there is some psychological cure for himself or something like that. It's a bit bizarre. His use of the English language is a bit beyond my layman's mind. How do I open this? There was a way to open that, I cannot remember. There's also something behind there. Did I fail at this puzzle then? Now they're all off. That accomplished nothing. There's gotta be more to this. I didn't go through a door back here, I remember that. So there is some speculation in regards to Grout. A lot of people seem to think that he is actually the guy who's been emailing you those cryptic messages. I find that rather unlikely. Oh shit, hello. Die, bitch. Whoa! Oi, that camera. Alright, that patrolling fool is gonna get me in trouble. Oh, here he comes. I'm just chilling. No need to concern yourself with I. No, he's just chilling. Oh, snaps. Let's try something. I'm surprised he hasn't seen me. Wait till he makes his next move. It's a good thing bodies don't stick around, otherwise he might see them. Ah, shit. You bum. Have that, sir. That wasn't so bad. Not one bit. Took one swipe from the fool. Alright, so this is a very confusing and awkwardly designed manner. I believe it would be wise to kill her first. Then I can feed on the other in relative safety. Rom! I don't know, I'm not as creeped out by the whole insane asylum trope in most horror that like a lot of people seem to be. But here and there, yeah, it is an atmosphere that they pull off really well. So which one was it? This one's still locked. So, I really must have missed something back there. That was awkward. So this is the door that opened. As you can see the locks. So there's gotta be something in here. Open, here we go. Ooh, not fun. Alright. So this whole area is not as bad without obfuscate as others have been. Hold it. I guess I can see why you wouldn't want to feed on everything in sight, because it takes longer to do that than it takes to kill them. They also make those creepy ass noises in this area in particular. Sneaking up on these guys seems a lot tougher though. He did stop, so that's a good sign. There we are. We got us another little tape recorder.
Often I reflect with great regret on the missed opportunity that was my infector. Had I been conscious after the attack, I could have stopped the orderlies from locking her in the roaming pen. What I would give for just one interview, a few simple questions of the plague-ridden woman who met her end that dawn. Of course, there is no guarantee she would have been any more helpful than my current crop of test subjects, mewling wretches. Few could be called enthusiastic. Given the nature of the tests, I cannot expect the same fervor from all, but a modicum of cooperation would be appreciated. Animals. The one called John went so far as to gnaw off his arm and escape into the floorboards like some feral rodent. I still hear him scurrying about at night. He must be making an atrocious mess.
So there we go. He's testing, that explained how he became a vampire. One of his patients was a vampire and bit him. I'm trying to remember, how did I find out? I believe if you want to sire someone as a vampire, I think they need to be dead, and then you give them your blood. I wonder who these people are, though. They don't look like vampires themselves. There's no reason he would have non-vampires as patients, though.
My studies proceed at a languid pace. I'm mired in a foul ennui as my wife's illness advances. My subjects grow restless without proper supervision, but I cannot pull myself back from this black depression. How many nights I've wasted now, gazing from the tower walk, pondering the frailty of existence.
So he seems to have fallen into some sort of depression, probably related to his lack of progress. His wife is sick as well. She had some kind of terminal illness. That's weighing heavily on his mind. I think part of his studies is trying to find a cure for her as well. The soundtrack is spooky as fuck. Alright, what kind of madness we got going on here? There are a few nasty ambushes in this level from what I can remember. So be on your guard. Oh man, this camera is nasty. Oh, hello there. Did not immediately notice you. Fortunately, neither did you notice me. Peekaboo! Alright, I think we're good. So I just really like the character of Grout. He's very interesting. He's an actual sort of scholar into the vampiric condition, not like Beckett, who's a historian. But unlike most vampires, Grout seems to view it as a disease more than anything. I'm gonna try and make this guy laugh his ass off. Then I can kill him with ease. Man, Malkavians fucking rule. They are just easily the most versatile class. Maybe they can't... You're dead, shut up! Oh, I just walked right past her, I didn't even notice. They're maybe not as specialized as a lot of other classes are. You know, the Brujah are probably a lot more durable and a lot more of a powerhouse in melee. But these guys got good stealth, good persuasion. They're really just the most adaptable. So it makes them just the easiest to play. Alright, seems we got 4 directions actually. I'm sure several of these doors are locked at the moment though. I can see a lock on that one, so I won't even bother. What of this one? Ah, shortcut. I see. I believe this one also leads out there. Pointless. Oh yeah. Here's a nasty ambush. Not in here, but... Ooh, hold on. You want something to laugh about? Have that. Oh, she's not even laughing. That makes her cry. Who the hell is laughing? Getting on my nerves. I know it's supposed to be creepy and all, but... Now see, this is a bit tricky. It makes you... If you aren't paying attention, you might think that's a mirror. It's actually a window, I'm pretty sure. Alright, Grout, what do you have to tell me?
After decades of solitary study into this affliction, I have learned that it is by no means mine alone. Indeed, the city is home to an entire society of similarly afflicted individuals with whom I've only recently made contact. They are an understandably standoffish sort by and large, but I have been able to confirm with them that the condition is indeed vampirism, which apparently comes in a multitude of strains, each with a spectacular set of symptoms such as invisibility and even a sort of lycanthropy. Through numerous official interactions with the governing body of this secret society, I have concluded that their fundamental understanding of the vampiric condition is woefully lacking and mired in suspicion and pseudo-religious dogma that would make a Turk balk for its strictures. Indeed, they seemed impressed with my studies and the eloquence with which I was able to present them. Apparently, the typical sufferer of my particular strain of vampirism is far from the vanguard of the King's English. So impressed were they that they even offered me an office in their government, a rather high office by the sound of things. I believe I shall accept. If nothing else, it should provide a lofty vantage point from which to observe the breadth and epidemiology of the affliction, so that I may move more expeditiously toward a cure.
So yeah, there you have it. He doesn't understand, or maybe he does understand, but he doesn't accept the idea of like vampiric lineage, that they're all descended from, you know, thousands of years of different clans. He doesn't see vampiric abilities as like abilities per se, but more just symptoms. Alright, I could have sworn this was more of an ambush, but it's possible that the first time I played this I just rushed through here without looking. Didn't notice the fools. Alright, well she's laughing now. With a very masculine laugh. I'm pretty sure if you tried to just slice them both, you'd alert at least one of them. Whoa! What the hell was that? If that's a glitch, then it just works perfectly. Okay. It was a glitch, but was actually a dude. Nope. Have that. I'm surprised that you know, hurting them does not lessen their blood pool. It makes sense, wouldn't it? The more you slice someone, the less blood you can get out of them. After all, you spilled a bunch of it. Been playing too much Dark Souls lately. I was expecting a boulder to come roll down there. What have we got? So it's not just my lack of time per se, but more just the amount of the degree to which everything I have to do is kind of stressing me out. Because even... Alright, so we are back in this room with 3 lamps. Because even when I do have time, I'm usually just... I've got too much on my mind to really effectively commentate over a video of this sort. Alright, we got another puzzle. Key. The Mock of Chaos. And Justice. Chaos, like the mind, can be understood only through the scientific process. Order, however, is only as good as perception thereof. Time is the key that links the two, bears witness to their ebb and flow. Let's try Chaos first. Order. And the key that... Huh! Interesting. I don't feel like those are solid enough clues to properly figure that out, but... that was the quickest I've ever solved one of these.